All right, this is part 3, and I needed to reboot my system. It was really slow, and it may have been the result of that infinite loop I had. I think that may have started to slow things up, but I'm not sure exactly. Could also be the video recording. Anyway, what I wanted to show you now is about the how to interact with the data store in the development environment through a tool that Google provides. And let's take a look at that. So what I'll do here is I'm going to start up the application again, and you'll see that this is the URL that we've been going to. That's the running application. But the log also contains a different URL right here, _AH_admin. This is a way to access some of the functionality that lets you kind of examine and operate on the data store. So you can see it's called this is the Datastore Viewer, task queues, and so on. There's other stuff. We're just going to focus on this Datastore Viewer. You know, the entity kinds that are in the system are listed here. We only have one entity kind. It's called admin message. We click on this button. We can list the entities, and you can see here's the entity that's currently in the system. There's an auto-generated key. This is like a primary key, and it shows the number of write operations so far, which are more expensive than read operations. This is, I don't know what this is, ID/name. This key, this would be the ID. I guess there's a numeric ID generated, and this ID has been, this entity has been assigned an ID of 1, I'm guessing. It's also referred to as the name. So this is like the primary key. This key is different. That is not sure how to explain that, or even understand it myself. That's the key is contains information that's needed to look up the entity in the data store. And that will include information about this ID field, as well as information about the parent of the object. And this entity does not have a parent. There's the single field that's in the entity. It's called text. You can see default animation message that's in there. Let's see if we can edit that. Maybe we can't edit this. What is that? That's maybe we cannot edit this directly, actually. So we can just examine that. All right. But what we can do is delete this. So actually, let me show you that. I'll delete this entity. One entity deleted. If your app uses memcache to cache entities, you may see stale results unless you flush memcache. So how do we flush memcache? Apparently you don't flush memcache here. That would be done somewhere else. But or in code. But we're not using memcache, although we should, and we can do that later. Let's see this. If we refresh this, you'll see the entity is not in there. But if we request the application, let's look at what happens. If we request the application again, then we're going to end up calling, this doGet method, which is going to call this getAdmin message. And when getAdmin message runs here, it'll construct a query object, and try to read that entity from the data store. It will be null. This is going to come up null. This will be true. And so we'll create a new instance of the entity class, passing in our entity kind, which is equal to, let's see if I hover over that, admin message. It shows it right there. And then we'll end up creating a new entity with this as the default message. Yeah, just to show that it's different, we'll just change that, just so that we see the new text in there. The other thing I'm going to do is set a breakpoint here, just to show you that this code will run. We're going to break here, and just to show you that, just to verify that that this is in fact the path of execution. So let's go ahead and request that. Paste and enter. Message to be replaced. Look at this. This just popped open. You're going into the debug. This breakpoint has been triggered. Do you want to open this perspective? No, this is a different perspective for use for debugging. It's not necessary, but it's nice to have. Right now we're currently at this point in the code, and actually maybe I should have opened the debug perspective. Let me do that now. Things are gotten pretty slow again. Let's find that debug perspective. Let's find that. There it is, the debug perspective. And I think maybe it's my disk drive. My system is really slow now. I think I need to clean up some files on my hard drive. Make more space there. Okay. This is the breakpoint, and you'll see that this entity has not yet been created, but the entity, I'll hover over this. Let's see what happens. Pretty slow right now. It's showing null. That's in fact the case, and we can step into this, and let's find where is the stepping. Where is the stepping function? It should be here, but it doesn't show it to me. What is this? This is drop. This is step into. This is step over F6. Let's see if that works. That doesn't seem to work. I think it's just slow. What is that? Use step filters. Step over should be working, but it doesn't work. How about if we do this? I'll clear this breakpoint, as we don't need that. The system is really crawling here. And then let me resume. I'll press resume here. So that'll complete the execution of this code. And I'll go back to the Java perspective. And look at our website. This is default message. That's our new message. And take a look at this. We go into the data store. That if we refresh this page, I don't know what this is here. I'm going to take this out. Now I'll just refresh the page. But actually this was to delete something. I'm just going to, I'll click on something. Let me just kill this part here. And enter on that. Should show us the entity. There's the admin message. I'll click on list entities. And we should see there's the entity. This is the new text default message, just to show you how to make use of this for debugging purposes. So what we're going to do next actually is is add an interface that lets the admin user modify the text in the data store. And before I do that, I'm going to pause this video. I'll stop this video, and then I'll start a part 4. Between these 2 points, I'll try to fix my system so it runs